Okay, so I'm gonna turn this fan off for 2 seconds to talk about what I want to talk about, and then I'm turning it on because it's hot.
FMAK is the squad. Got our mommy going hard. We love our father, we love God. Can't believe we made it this far. We on YouTube going hard. Can't nobody judge us but God. Can't nobody judge us but God. Can't nobody judge us but God. FMAK is the squad. Got our mommy going hard. Love our father, we love God. Can't believe we made it this far. Can't believe we made it this far. Can't believe we made it this far. FMAK squad.
Okay, so I was gonna make this video without the fan on, but I started melting. So the noise you hear in the background, that is most definitely the fan, because I'm gonna die if I turn it off. Really quickly, I just wanted to come share something with you guys. I know that, you know, I always want you to feel comfortable talking to me, and I just got a DM from somebody. If you're watching, hello. And they was just telling me, like, you know, I'm about to move to New York City and I have some questions for you, and if you feel the questions are too personal, I apologize, and you don't have to answer it. I love her approach. It was very respectful. And she was just asking me, like, how is New York City with public housing and food stamps and all the good stuff and blah blah blah. She was like, I don't know if I'm asking too much of your business, but you know, I will say this: I'm not the type of person to ever come out here and put my income out there, like to be out here and be like, well, I make this and this and that amount. I would never do that, because would you do it? Like, people really be in my inbox, Jasmine, real quick, how much you make off YouTube? How much you make an hour at your job? Why would you ask somebody? That is the most personal thing you can. How many of us are in relationships and our significant others don't even know how much we make an hour? Like, that is none of your business. That is just too personal. And it's for safety reasons. Even though I'm broke, hell, you come rob me, I might rob your ass back. Like, it's not a question that you ask people. But I will never be afraid to share my story. I got pregnant at a really young age. I was 17 years old. I became a mother at 18 years old. So I had no job, I had no money. I went to high school pregnant, college pregnant. Like, I was just pregnant all the time. So I didn't have no choice but to do what I had to do. I will publicly say this: I have been on government assistance. 18, no job, going to college, no coins. What do you expect me to do? As I got older, I will tell you this: the system is designed to keep you poor. The system is horrible. The system is a place that says, listen, I can help you pay your rent, I can give you food stamps, I can help you with Metro cards, I can give you some cash in your pocket, but under one condition: you cannot better yourself in life. You can only make X, Y, and Z amount of money, and the day you decide to make 1 penny over the amount that we tell you you can make, I can no longer be assistance to you. Can you imagine? Do you know, I real life know people who's turned down a raise, who's turned down better positions at their job just because they didn't want to get denied for food stamps? Are you dumb? A lot of working families, do you know how hard, do you know how expensive it is to buy food? Just because you got a job don't mean you shouldn't qualify for food stamps, because do you know how expensive it is to buy food? But the government says, I mean, we could give you these food stamps, but you got to make this amount of money. And if you try to do better, who you think you ought to do better? If you try to do better and you still need help, oh well, I can't help you. So it's either you stay poor and we help you, or you try to do better and we don't help you. Which one you choose? That's where they got me effed up at. So I have been on all types of government assistance. I will say there is nothing wrong with people getting on government assistance if you use it for a stepping stool and not a lifestyle. Sidebar: I don't know who told y'all child support is government assistance, because you a goddamn lie. Child support is not taxpayers' money, honey. Child support is that deadbeat baby daddy coinage. So I don't know who told y'all that was public assistance, but y'all got it all messed up. The government ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay? Okay. Because if they did, I'll be getting my coins. Like I said, I was on all types of government assistance, but you use it as a stepping stool, not a lifestyle. I needed those Metro cards because I was pregnant and I needed to go to school. I needed those food stamps because I was pregnant in college and I needed a way to feed my kids. I needed the cash assistance because I was trying to save up to get an apartment, but it was hard because I was pregnant in college. What you feel me? Like, I wasn't just sitting around getting government assistance and allowing them to tell me you can't better yourself. I was saying, I need your help right now, but when I get on my feet, you can't tell me nothing. I actually took Instagram with me. I had no shame in my game. When I was on public assistance, I took the whole Instagram with me live in the office to tell them, adios, amigos. Do you know what they was doing to me? Public assistance was taking my weekly child support money to give me what they wanted to give me every 2 weeks. And they said, it's either we help you or he help you, but we both can't help you. I said, well, I'm struggling either way, so let me pick my struggle, okay? I'd rather struggle every week than every 2 weeks. I will always tell my story in the hopes that it does help someone else. I've always been very proactive. I've never been still. I don't know how to be still. I yearn for knowledge. Like, do y'all know when I was in high school, when it came time to graduate, I was 8 months pregnant and I was hyped, dumb hype. Like, yeah, I did this. I did this. I'm about to graduate. Do y'all know graduation day they told me you can't walk, you can't get your diploma. You missed too many days of school, you need seat time. What? How? I'm about to have a whole baby. How? I dropped right out. 2 weeks later, went and got my GED. I was like, I can't. There's no way I can give, because I knew me. I was about to have a baby. I was gonna become still, and I don't like being still. So I dropped out and I went and got my, after y'all done wasted 4 years of my life, I got my GED, got pregnant with Faith, was pregnant in college. Wasn't nothing going to stop me. Wasn't no baby, wasn't no man, wasn't no government, wasn't no living situation. Nothing wasn't gonna stop me because I'm too hungry. Like, I just want that knowledge. I want to at least tell my kids, like, you know what? Mommy did it, you could do it. And mommy did it when she was pregnant, and that's not the way to go about it. But if I could do it in a situation like that, you could do it in a situation like this. I want to tell my kids, you could complete this, you could do this. Why? Because mommy did it. You know, like, I've been working all my life. My kids done watch me work so hard, so much. It's just like, I just feel like I always gotta set some form of example. My kids watch me bust my butt at work. They watch me get up every day. You know, me and my kids, when I used to have to go to work and after my family house burnt down, I didn't have no help because all my family left, so it was just me. We used to get up every morning and we used to be out the house by 5 a.m. and I had to walk the kids to the babysitters, and 5 a.m. in the pitch dark, walking the streets of Brooklyn. My kids and me would get to the front door and we would pray every day before we walk out the house. Just ask God to guide us there safely. And I would drop my kids off, rush back in the dark to the train station, go from Brooklyn all the way to Manhattan to go to work. And I did this every single day for years, to make sure I provide for my kids. So my kids seen mommy bust her butt. Like, they're gonna have that zeal to get up and go to work because they see mommy do it. When they look at Leslie, they see him get up every day and they see him get out there and go to work. And they know in order to make money, you gotta work hard, you gotta get it. You gotta go to school because mommy did it, she had to get it. I just want to be able to tell my kids, like, listen, I did it, why can't you? So I'm just here to say I know how it feels. I've been there, done that, wrote a book about it. So back to the matter at hand. If you are on government assistance, if you do whatever it is that you do, or you need help from the government, do not feel ashamed. you better go get your benefit card with pride. But the thing I will say is, do not allow the government to control you. Do not make it a lifestyle. Your goal in mind should be, I am using them, they're not using me. And once I'm able to buy my own food without them asking my income, without them being in my business, without them asking and telling me, oh, you can't make this amount of money or else we can't give you food stamps, without them asking who lives in my household, that should be your mindset. I don't want this. I grew up in this environment. I grew up watching people use and abuse the government, not reporting income. You do know that's against the law, right? Like, I watch, nigga, you hear me? Listen, I knew how to forge documents when I was like 6. Because I watched people do it. Y'all don't know where I'm from, honey, and what I've seen and what I've been through. So I know how it works. I've watched parents of mine be still being still because the government told them so. I mean, that's what they want y'all to do. The government wants you to be right where they put you, and they want you to stay right there, and they want to control you, and they want to make sure you never do better, and they want to pass that cycle on to your kids, it's to this, kids to that. Nah, we not doing that. We're not gonna do that. Go get you your food stamps, go get your cash assistance, go get Medicaid, go get housing, go get them free Metro cards, go get them pantry food, go get whatever the government got to get you if you need it to get on your feet. But once you step up even a millimeter, you cut them off. No thank you. I'll see you later. I don't need you no more. You can't control me no more. Okay? Now, I got to get up and go cook something to eat.
So really quickly, we're going to fry up some chicken thighs. I know people tend to shy away from the big pieces of chicken because we don't have confidence that it'll be well done. But don't worry, I got you. As always, when I fry any type of meat, I like to dry it off. I know you may think it's weird, but I promise you it's a game changer. Take you a paper towel and dry off that meat. The seasoning is gonna stick to it. After you clean your meat, the paper towel like takes off this extra layer of gookiness. And we all know oil and water doesn't mix, so your chicken will taste 100% better if you just listen to me and just dry your chicken off first. Trust me, do just like this. Put them paper towels in your hand and just thoroughly go through that chicken, drying it off. And I'm gonna show you, like, it's like this layer of gookiness that I don't have a word for it besides gookiness that comes off the chicken as well, even though you've thoroughly cleaned it. You see that? I don't know what that's called. Give it a name, but it comes off. So now that we're all done drying off our chicken, you already know I'm about to season this chicken to the god. You ever had chicken seasoned so well you ain't even got to grab the hot sauce? Well, honey, if you didn't, you got to try my chicken. So really quickly, we just going to get into these seasonings and we going to season this chicken nice and good. So now that we have our chicken on nice and seasoned, we're going to get this chicken frying. Always make sure that your oil is nice and hot. And the way to test it to see if it's ready, take a little bit of flour on your hand and just splash it into there. If it bubbles just a little, then you know you're ready to put your, look, you see that? That's not ready. That didn't bubble up, it didn't sizzle, nothing. So we're gonna let this sit for a little while longer and we're gonna let this get a little bit more hot. So I let my oil sit for about 5 more minutes and it's nice and ready to go.
when that chicken hit that oil, it should sizzle just like that. If your chicken hits that oil and it doesn't at least bubble up like that, it's not ready. Even if it bubbles a little bit, it's not ready. Because what happens is when you put the chicken in and the oil is not hot enough, your chicken is just sitting soaking in the oil. So you know how you ever taste someone chicken and it's not crispy, it got that little like soft soggy taste? It's because the oil wasn't hot enough and they put that chicken in and they just let it sit there and soak up all that oil. We want our oil to be sizzling hot. Another major key when cooking chicken is to not overcrowd the pan. You already noticed my go-to pan. I love this pan. It's all beat up and seasoned because I do all my cooking in this pan. I really have to get another one, by the way. Anyway, don't overcrowd the pan with the chicken because it's not going to cook thoroughly. So you'll know when it's time to flip your chicken over because it'll have that nice golden crispy look to it. You can just peep under it. If it's not as crispy as you like it, then let it continue to fry. Me, I just look at the bottom and I see that it's the way I like it and I just flip that chicken right on over. Here's another tip to the chicken. Because these pieces of chicken is so big, the only way to make sure they're absolutely done, I put slits in the bottom of the chicken. You should see nothing but white meat. If you see any liquid, any blood, any fluid, the chicken is not done. Do not skip this step. You want to make sure your chicken is cooked. So this is how your fried chicken should look. Don't be afraid of the big chicken. I used to shy away from it as well. But like I showed you, that's a good way to make it. And I like my chicken extra crispy, nice. Throw some hot sauce on there. Who got what you showing them? That mac and cheese. That's boxed macaroni and cheese, so it ain't that real.
And I'm about to get some waffles when Leslie brings the syrup.
And this is it, my friend.